Hey everyone, and welcome to the show. Today we're diving headfirst into a country that's super old, like ancient times old, but also super modern, like Silicon Valley modern. You guessed it, we're talking about India. And this isn't just some boring geography lesson. We're going to see how a country with thousands of years of history became a global superpower. Get ready for a land of bright colors, delicious spicy food, and tons of languages and traditions. It's a place where ancient temples stand next to modern cities, where cows chill in the streets alongside fancy cars, and where old traditions and new technology mix in the coolest way possible. Picture this. You're walking through a busy market, the air filled with the smell of incense and spices. You're bargaining for handmade souvenirs, checking out beautiful henna tattoos, and watching ancient rituals being performed with total dedication. But then, you turn a corner, and boom! Shiny glass buildings of huge tech companies appear, buzzing with young people creating the future with their coding skills. From the ancient practice of Ayurveda to the latest advancements in artificial intelligence, India embraces both its past and its future with open arms. Okay, time for some numbers because India's economic growth is seriously impressive. We're talking about the world's fifth largest economy, a country with a GDP of over 3.7 trillion US. This country is on the move, powered by a young and ambitious population hungry for success. From the booming tech hubs of Bangalore and Hyderabad, to the manufacturing giants of Gujarat and Maharashtra, India is firing on all cylinders. International investors are lining up to get a piece of the Indian pie, attracted by its massive consumer market, skilled workers, and business-friendly policies. So, buckle up, because we're about to uncover the secrets behind India's economic miracle. Alright, let's get down to business and talk about what's driving India's economic engine. Forget those old images of snake charmers and elephants. This is about serious economic power. We're talking about a country that's gone from being mainly agricultural to a global economic force in just a few decades. So, what's the secret sauce? Well, it's a mix of awesome things. First, you've got a huge and increasingly young population. We're talking over 1.4 billion people, with an average age of just 28. Second, India's embracing globalization like an old friend. They've opened up their markets, welcomed foreign investment, and become a key player in global trade. From call centers to coding capitals, India's tech revolution. Now, when you think of global tech hubs, Silicon Valley probably comes to mind. But hold on, because India's giving them a run for their money. We're talking about cities like Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Pune, which are now known for innovation and technological awesomeness. They're not just churning out code monkeys, they're birthing unicorns, startups valued at over $1 billion. Well, those call centers have transformed into sophisticated tech hubs with Indian engineers designing everything from software to satellites. We're talking about companies like Infosys, Wipro, and Tata Consultancy Services, which are now global IT giants. India is also seeing a surge in startups, with young entrepreneurs tackling everything from e-commerce and fintech to healthcare and education. Fields of gold agriculture, the backbone of a nation. Now, while India's tech sector is definitely booming, let's not forget about the backbone of its economy, agriculture. This is a country where over 60% of the population still relies on agriculture for their living. We're talking about massive fields of wheat, rice, sugarcane, and cotton, stretching as far as the eye can see. India is the world's second largest producer of rice and wheat, and let's not forget about the spices. From the fiery heat of chili peppers to the aromatic allure of cardamom and turmeric, India's spices have been making food taste amazing around the world for centuries. Beyond Bollywood, India's diverse economic portfolio. Now, you might think that India's economic story is all about tech and agriculture, but that's just scratching the surface. We're talking about a diverse economic portfolio that covers a wide range of sectors, from manufacturing and pharmaceuticals to tourism and entertainment. India's become a global manufacturing hub, churning out everything from cars and motorcycles to textiles and pharmaceuticals. And let's not forget about Bollywood, the world's largest film industry by output. From street vendors and family-run businesses to skilled artisans and entrepreneurs, these SMEs are the lifeblood of the Indian economy. Alright, remember that global economic powerhouse we were talking about? Well, word on the street is that India's become the hottest investment destination since sliced bread. Foreign investors are lining up to get a piece of the action, and it's not hard to see why. Think of it like this: India's like a giant piñata filled with economic potential, and everyone's invited to take a swing. You've got a massive and growing consumer market, a young and skilled workforce, and a government that's increasingly business-friendly. From tech giants like Google and Amazon to automotive behemoths like Hyundai and Suzuki, everyone's setting up shop in India. And it's not just big corporations. Venture capitalists are pouring money into Indian startups like there's no tomorrow. India's become a hotbed of innovation, and the world's taken notice. Now, before we get too carried away with all this economic excitement, let's address the elephant in the room: India's economic challenges. Because let's face it, no country's perfect, not even one as awesome as India. One of the biggest challenges is poverty. Despite its economic growth, millions of Indians still live below the poverty line. Then there's the issue of infrastructure. India's roads, railways, and airports are struggling to keep up with its rapid economic growth. And let's not forget about corruption, which continues to plague the country. Now, let's talk about a sensitive but crucial issue: income inequality. While India's economic pie is getting bigger, it's not being sliced evenly. The gap between the rich and the poor is widening, and that's a cause for concern. The government's trying to bridge the gap with social welfare programs and initiatives to empower marginalized communities. But it's an uphill battle, and more needs to be done to ensure that the benefits of economic growth reach everyone. So, we've talked about the challenges, but let's end on a positive note. Because despite these hurdles, India's got a bright future ahead of it. And the key to unlocking that potential lies in investing in its people, particularly in education and infrastructure. India's got a young and eager population, but they need the right skills and opportunities to succeed. That means investing in quality education, from primary school to higher education, and making sure that everyone has access to it, regardless of their background. India needs world-class roads, railways, ports, and airports to support its economic growth. Okay folks, hold on to your hats because we're about to enter the whirlwind world of Indian politics. Imagine a country with over 1.4 billion people, speaking over 20 different languages, and practicing a kaleidoscope of religions. Now try to get them all to agree on something. India's a parliamentary democracy, which means they elect representatives to make decisions on their behalf. Think of it like a giant debate club. But instead of arguing about philosophy, they're arguing about everything from economic policy to cow protection. At the helm of this political circus is the Prime Minister, who's like the captain of the ship trying to steer this massive vessel in the right direction. You've got to navigate coalitions, appease different interest groups, and somehow keep the country moving forward. It's like trying to herd 1,000 cats, but instead of cats, it's political parties. Now, let's zoom out from the domestic drama and talk about India's place on the global stage. Remember that whole rising economic powerhouse thing? Well, with great power comes great responsibility, or so they say. And India's definitely stepping up to the plate, but it's a delicate balancing act. On the one hand, India's got its own neighborhood to worry about, and let's just say it's not the friendliest bloc on the planet. You've got China flexing its muscles, Pakistan being, well, Pakistan, and a whole bunch of other regional tensions simmering beneath the surface. On the other hand, India is also trying to assert itself as a global player, forging alliances with countries like the US, Japan, and Australia. It's a delicate dance trying to balance regional concerns with global aspirations, but India is determined to make its mark.
Check, check one, check, check.
Alright folks, let's get real for a second. International relations are like a high school cafeteria, full of cliques, alliances, and frenemies, and India's no stranger to this game. Over the years, they've had their share of diplomatic dramas, strategic partnerships, and the occasional border skirmish. Let's start with the elephant in the room, China. These two Asian giants have a long and complex history, marked by border disputes, economic rivalry, and a healthy dose of mistrust. They cooperate on some issues, compete on others, and occasionally bump heads. Then there's Pakistan. These two neighbors have been at odds since the day they were born, fighting wars, sponsoring proxy conflicts, and generally making life difficult for each other. It's a relationship fueled by history, religion, and a whole lot of baggage. Now, while India's busy navigating the choppy waters of international relations, let's not forget about the challenges brewing at home. Remember that whole unity and diversity thing? Well, it's a beautiful concept, but it's not without its hiccups. India's a melting pot of cultures, religions, languages, and ethnicities. It's a vibrant tapestry, but sometimes those threads get tangled. The government's constantly walking a tightrope, trying to promote national unity while respecting regional identities. It's about finding that sweet spot where everyone feels a sense of belonging while celebrating their unique heritage. Alright folks, let's take a break from the economic jargon and geopolitical chess matches for a second and dive into something a little more soulful. Because India isn't just about GDP growth and foreign investment, it's about a rich and vibrant culture that's been captivating hearts and minds for centuries. Forget your preconceived notions of snake charmers and elephants on parade, we're going deeper than that. This is about understanding the soul of India, the essence of what makes this nation so unique and captivating. Imagine strolling through the bustling streets of Old Delhi, the air thick with the scent of spices and incense. You marvel at the intricate carvings of ancient temples, the vibrant colors of saris fluttering in the breeze, and the rhythmic chants of street vendors hawking their wares. Part 2, From Ancient Wisdom to Scientific Prowess, India's Enduring Legacy. Now let's talk about India's contribution to the world. And I'm not just talking about yoga and chicken tikka masala, though those are pretty awesome, I'll give you that. We're talking about a legacy of knowledge and innovation that shaped the course of human history. Did you know that India gave the world the concept of zero? Yeah, that little symbol that revolutionized mathematics and made modern computing possible. You're welcome, world. And check this out. Today, India's a global leader in space exploration with its own space agency, ISRO, launching satellites and sending missions to the moon. Part 3, Lights, Camera, Action, Bollywood and Beyond in India's Cultural Tapestry. Alright folks, let's talk about something everyone loves, entertainment. And when it comes to entertainment, India's got it in spades. I'm talking about Bollywood, baby, the land of epic romances, gravity-defying dance sequences, and enough melodrama to make a soap opera blush. Bollywood's more than just an industry in India, it's a cultural phenomenon. It's a form of escapism, a reflection of society, and a source of national pride. From the snow-capped Himalayas to the beaches of Goa, Bollywood films transport audiences to a world of color, music, and emotions. But India's cultural scene goes beyond Bollywood. From classical dance forms like Bharatanatyam and Kathak to traditional music genres like Carnatic and Hindustani, India's a treasure trove of artistic expression. And let's not forget about literature. From the ancient epics of the Mahabharata and Ramayana to the works of modern literary giants like Rabindranath Tagore and Arundhati Roy, Indian literature offers a window into the country's soul. Part 4, A Festival for Every Season Celebrating Life the Indian Way. Now if there's one thing Indians know how to do, it's celebrate. From the vibrant colors of Holi to the dazzling lights of Diwali, India's a land where celebrations are a way of life. It's about community, family, and tradition, celebrating life in all its beautiful glory. Hold on to your Ethernet cables, folks, because we're about to beam ourselves into the future of tech, and guess what? India's got the controls. Forget Silicon Valley. We're talking about the rise of Silicon Plateau, where Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Pune are churning out tech talent faster than you can say algorithm. Remember when India was all about call centers and outsourcing? Yeah, those days are so last decade. Now, Indian engineers aren't just taking orders, they're building empires. We're talking global tech giants like Infosys, Wipro, and Tata Consultancy Services, competing head-to-head with the best in the world. But it's not just about big corporations. India's become a hotbed for startups, with young entrepreneurs tackling everything from e-commerce and fintech to healthcare and education, using cutting-edge technology. These aren't your average app developers. They're solving real-world problems, disrupting industries, and putting India on the global innovation map. How did India leap from outsourcing hub to innovation powerhouse? It's a combination of factors: a young, tech-savvy population, world-class education from IITs, a culture of innovation, government initiatives, and a thriving startup ecosystem. Now let's talk about the future, and I'm not talking about flying cars and robot butlers. Though hey, if India's got anything to do with it, that might happen sooner than we think. I'm talking about artificial intelligence, the technology that's poised to revolutionize everything from healthcare to transportation to, well, pretty much everything. And guess what? India's at the forefront of this AI revolution. With its massive pool of data scientists, engineers, and mathematicians, India's become a global hub for AI research and development. We're talking about companies like Mu Sigma, Fractal Analytics, and Haptic, developing cutting-edge AI solutions for businesses worldwide. But it's not just about developing cool algorithms, it's about using AI to solve real-world problems. Indian companies are using AI to improve healthcare outcomes, develop personalized learning experiences, and even predict natural disasters. They're not just building machines that can think, they're building machines that can make a difference. Part 4. Challenges and Opportunities Navigating the Ethical Landscape of AI in India. Now, before we get too carried away with all this AI excitement, let's address the ethical elephant in the room. Because like any powerful technology, AI comes with its own set of challenges and risks. We're talking about issues like job displacement, algorithmic bias, and the potential for misuse. India is well aware of these challenges, and they're taking steps to address them. The government's released guidelines for ethical AI development, and there's a growing debate about the societal impact of this technology. It's about ensuring that AI is used for good, not for harm, and that its benefits are shared by all. But beyond the challenges, AI also presents a tremendous opportunity for India. It's a chance to leapfrog traditional development models, solve long-standing problems, and create a more equitable and sustainable future. It's about harnessing the power of technology to empower people, bridge divides, and unlock human potential. Part 1. India's Future, a tapestry of promise and potential. So there you have it, folks, a whirlwind tour of India's incredible journey from ancient civilization to modern economic powerhouse. We've explored its bustling cities and serene countryside, witnessed its technological advancements and cultural treasures, and grappled with its challenges and triumphs. But one thing's for sure, India's story is far from over. In fact, it's just getting started. Imagine a future where India's young population, armed with education and driven by innovation, transforms the nation into a global leader in fields like renewable energy, sustainable development, and space exploration. Picture a future where India's rich cultural heritage and spiritual wisdom inspire solutions to global challenges like climate change, poverty, and conflict. India's future is a tapestry woven with threads of promise and potential waiting to be realized. It's a future where tradition and technology dance in harmony, where diversity is celebrated, and where the indomitable spirit of its people continues to shine bright. Part 2. The world is watching. India's moment on the global stage. The world is watching and India is ready to take its place on the global stage. No longer content to be a passive player, India is asserting its voice, shaping global conversations, and contributing to solutions for a better world. From climate action to global health initiatives, India is stepping up, leading by example and inspiring others to follow. With its growing economic might, diplomatic influence, and technological prowess, India is poised to play a pivotal role in shaping the 21st century. It's a nation that understands the interconnectedness of our world, the shared challenges we face, and the importance of collaboration and cooperation. India's moment has arrived, and the world is eager to witness the unfolding of its extraordinary journey. It's a journey that promises to be filled with challenges, triumphs, and transformative change, not just for India but for the world. Engage, explore, and experience India. Engage, explore, and experience India for yourself. Dive into its vibrant cities, lose yourself in its serene countryside, savor its cuisine, and embrace its hospitality. Book your ticket, pack your bags, and embark on your Indian adventure. Trust me, it's unforgettable. Like, subscribe, and share. Namaste. India, a nation of vibrant culture and rich history, is rapidly emerging as a global powerhouse. With a young and dynamic population, India is poised for remarkable growth and development in the coming years. From its bustling cities to its rural heartland, India is undergoing a profound transformation, driven by a spirit of innovation and progress. The world is watching as India charts its course towards a brighter future. At the heart of India's development agenda lies a robust economic vision. The government is targeting double-digit growth, fueled by investments in infrastructure, manufacturing, and digital technologies. India aims to become a global manufacturing hub, attracting foreign investment and creating millions of jobs. The government's emphasis on innovation and entrepreneurship is fostering a vibrant startup ecosystem, propelling India to the forefront of technological advancements. India's path to progress is not without its challenges. The bustling streets, the crowded markets, and the ceaseless flow of traffic are a testament to the country's vibrant energy and relentless pace. Yet beneath this dynamic exterior lie significant hurdles that need to be addressed. Poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation are pressing issues that require urgent attention. In many areas, people struggle to make ends meet, living in conditions that are far from ideal. The stark contrast between the affluent and the impoverished is a daily reminder of the work that still needs to be done. Polluted rivers and deforestation further exacerbate the environmental crisis, threatening the health and well-being of countless communities. The government recognizes these challenges and is committed to addressing them through sustainable solutions. Policies are being crafted with a focus on long-term benefits, aiming to create a balance between development and conservation. Collaborative efforts among various stakeholders are crucial in this endeavor, ensuring that every voice is heard and every concern is addressed. India is investing heavily in renewable energy sources, promoting clean technologies and implementing policies to protect its natural resources. Solar panels and wind turbines are becoming common sights, symbolizing the nation's commitment to a greener future. Farmers are being encouraged to adopt sustainable practices, and forest conservation efforts are gaining momentum, reflecting a collective responsibility towards the environment. Despite the challenges, India's future looks bright. The laughter of children playing, the enthusiasm of students in classrooms, and the breathtaking skyline of modern cities at sunset all paint a picture of hope and potential. These images are a reminder that progress is not just about overcoming obstacles, but also about nurturing the dreams and aspirations of the next generation. The nation's youthful population, its entrepreneurial spirit, and its embrace of innovation are driving forces for progress. Young entrepreneurs are setting up startups, tech workers are collaborating on groundbreaking projects, and students are exploring new frontiers in robotics and technology. This vibrant energy is propelling India forward, making it a hub of creativity and innovation. With a clear vision, strong leadership, and the unwavering determination of its people, India is poised to overcome its challenges and emerge as a beacon of hope and prosperity in the 21st century. The sight of the Indian flag waving against a bright sky, the inspiring speeches of leaders, and the unity of diverse groups working together all signify a nation ready to take on the future with confidence and resilience. India's economic growth story is captivating the world. With a projected nominal growth rate exceeding 10% for the next fiscal year, India is set to be the fastest-growing major economy globally. Section 2. Investing in India's future. Recognizing that infrastructure is the backbone of any growing economy, the Indian government has embarked on an ambitious infrastructure development program. Massive investments are being channeled into the construction of new highways, railways, airports, and seaports. These projects are not only connecting far-flung corners of the country, but also creating millions of jobs and stimulating economic activity. Section 3. Empowering the engines of growth. Beyond infrastructure, the Indian government is also prioritizing investments in key sectors that are expected to drive future growth. The technology sector in particular has witnessed remarkable expansion in recent years, with India emerging as a global hub for software development, IT services, and digital innovation. The government's Digital India initiative is further accelerating the growth of the digital economy, promoting e-governance and bridging the digital divide. Section 4. Towards fiscal prudence and sustainability. While prioritizing growth, the Indian government is also committed to maintaining fiscal prudence. The budget for the next fiscal year, while providing for significant investments in infrastructure and social sectors, also aims to reduce the fiscal deficit to below 4.5% of GDP. This balancing act reflects the government's commitment to stimulating growth while ensuring long-term fiscal sustainability. The paradox of progress, prosperity and poverty. India's economic rise is an undeniable reality, yet it coexists with the stark reality of widespread poverty. Despite robust economic growth, a significant portion of India's vast population continues to struggle with basic necessities. This paradox of progress presents a complex challenge for India's policymakers, who must strive to ensure that the benefits of economic growth reach all segments of society. Bridging the gap. Education and skill development. Education and skill development are crucial for empowering individuals and fostering inclusive economic growth. Recognizing this, the Indian government has made significant investments in improving access to quality education at all levels. The Right to Education Act, enacted in 2009, guarantees free and compulsory education to all children between the ages of 6 and 14. Empowering the marginalized social welfare programs. Social inclusion is paramount to India's development journey. The government is implementing a range of social welfare programs aimed at uplifting marginalized communities, including scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes. These programs provide targeted support in areas such as education, healthcare, housing, and employment. Section 4. The Human Development Imperative, Health and Well-being. Investing in healthcare is not only a moral imperative but also an economic necessity. A healthy population is essential for a productive workforce and sustained economic growth. The Indian government has made significant strides in improving healthcare infrastructure and access to essential health services in recent years. Section 1. Technology, the engine of transformation. In the tapestry of India's development narrative, technology is woven as a transformative force, shaping the nation's destiny and propelling it towards a brighter future. India, with its vast pool of skilled engineers and IT professionals, has emerged as a global powerhouse in the realm of technology. driving innovation across various sectors. From agriculture to healthcare, education to governance, technology is playing a pivotal role in addressing India's developmental challenges and unlocking its immense potential. Section 2. Digital India, connecting a nation, empowering its people. Recognizing the transformative potential of digital technologies, the Indian government launched the Digital India Initiative in 2015, aiming to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. The initiative encompasses a wide range of programs and projects focused on connecting rural areas with high-speed internet, promoting e-governance, bridging the digital divide, and fostering digital literacy. Section 3, Smart Cities Mission, building sustainable urban landscapes. As India urbanizes at an unprecedented pace, the government has embarked on an ambitious urban renewal program, the Smart Cities Mission, launched in 2015. The mission aims to develop 100 cities across India as smart cities by leveraging technology, innovation, and sustainable practices to enhance the quality of life for urban residents. Section 4, Urban Renaissance, modernizing infrastructure, enhancing livability. India's cities are undergoing a major transformation, with the government investing heavily in modernizing urban infrastructure and improving the quality of life for urban residents. New metro rail networks are being developed in major cities to ease traffic congestion and provide efficient public transportation. The government is also promoting the development of affordable housing, recognizing the need to provide decent and affordable living spaces for the urban poor. Section 1. The Environmental Imperative, Sustainability at the Forefront. As India charges ahead on its path to economic progress, it faces the critical imperative of balancing growth with environmental sustainability. The nation's rapid industrialization and urbanization, while driving economic prosperity, have also taken a toll on the environment, leading to challenges like air and water pollution, deforestation, and climate change. Recognizing the interconnectedness of economic development and environmental well-being, India is increasingly prioritizing sustainability as a core element of its development agenda. Water, the elixir of life, is facing increasing stress in India, a nation endowed with vast water resources yet grappling with the challenges of water scarcity and pollution. Rapid population growth, urbanization and industrialization have placed immense pressure on India's water resources, leading to dwindling groundwater levels, polluted rivers, and water conflicts. Ensuring water security for its burgeoning population is a paramount challenge for India, demanding immediate and sustained action. Air and water pollution pose serious threats to public health and the environment in India. The rapid growth of industries and vehicles, coupled with inadequate pollution control measures, has led to alarming levels of air pollution in many Indian cities. Similarly, the discharge of untreated industrial effluents and sewage into rivers and lakes has contaminated water sources, posing risks to human health and aquatic life. Amidst the environmental challenges, India is also emerging as a global leader in the transition to a green and sustainable future. The country is making significant strides in the adoption of renewable energy sources, such as solar and wind power, to reduce its reliance on fossil fuels and mitigate climate change. India has set an ambitious target of achieving 175 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity by 2022, and it is well on its way to achieving this goal. As India ascends to its rightful place as a leading power on the global stage, it does so with a renewed vigor and a vision that is both ambitious and inclusive. The nation is not just aiming for economic growth, but is also striving to uplift its vast population, ensuring that progress reaches every corner of its diverse society. With a clear sense of purpose, India is committed to shaping a more just, equitable, and sustainable world order. This commitment is evident in its numerous development projects, from expansive solar farms to cutting-edge scientific research, all aimed at fostering innovation and sustainability. India's foreign policy, rooted in the principles of non-alignment, peaceful coexistence, and multilateralism, has been a cornerstone of its international relations. These principles have guided the nation through decades of global changes, ensuring that it remains a steadfast advocate for peace and cooperation. As India's economic and strategic clout grows, so does its influence on the world stage. The nation is investing heavily in modern infrastructure, advanced technology, and robust financial markets, all of which are pivotal in driving its growth and enhancing its global standing. The nation is increasingly playing a proactive role in addressing global challenges, from climate change to terrorism. India's leadership in international forums, its active participation in global climate initiatives, and its humanitarian efforts in disaster zones highlight its commitment to global well-being. From spearheading renewable energy projects to ensuring national security through anti-terrorism operations, India is at the forefront of tackling some of the most pressing issues of our time. Moreover, India is a vocal advocate for the interests of developing countries, working tirelessly to ensure that their voices are heard on the global stage. Through its leadership and collaborative efforts, India is paving the way for a more inclusive and equitable world. In an increasingly complex and interconnected world, India's foreign policy is characterized by a pragmatic approach, deftly navigating geopolitical complexities and forging strategic partnerships based on shared interests and mutual respect. India maintains cordial relations with all major powers, engaging in constructive dialogue and cooperation on issues of common concern. Its long-standing ties with Russia, its growing partnership with the United States, and its deepening engagement with other key players like Japan, Australia, and the European Union reflect India's multi-alignment strategy. The realization of India's ambitious development goals hinges on its ability to unleash the full potential of its vast human capital, foster innovation, and create a conducive environment for investment and growth. The government's continued focus on economic reforms, improving the ease of doing business, and promoting entrepreneurship is crucial for sustaining India's economic momentum. Investing in education, skill development, and healthcare is paramount to empowering citizens, enhancing productivity, and ensuring that the benefits of growth reach all segments of society. As India looks ahead to 2025 and beyond, it envisions a future where its economic prosperity is matched by social inclusion, environmental sustainability, and global leadership. This vision is not just a dream, but a carefully crafted roadmap that aims to uplift every citizen, ensuring that no one is left behind. The journey towards this vision is not without its challenges, but India's resilience, its democratic values, and its unwavering belief in its own potential provide the foundation for success. By embracing innovation, promoting inclusive growth, and addressing its environmental challenges, India is poised to emerge as a beacon of hope and a model for developing nations around the world. The country's commitment to sustainable development is evident in its numerous clean energy projects, reforestation efforts, and waste management initiatives. The spirit of collaboration and community is at the heart of India's progress. From bustling urban centers to serene rural landscapes, the collective effort of its people is driving the nation forward. The government, private sector, and civil society are working hand in hand to create a more equitable and prosperous society. Innovation is a key pillar of India's growth strategy. The country is fostering a vibrant startup ecosystem, investing in cutting-edge technologies, and empowering its youth with the skills needed for the future. Education and technology are being leveraged to bridge gaps and create opportunities for all. Environmental sustainability is another cornerstone of India's vision. The nation is making significant strides in renewable energy, with solar and wind power projects transforming its energy landscape. Reforestation and conservation efforts are helping to preserve its rich biodiversity. The empowerment of women and marginalized communities is central to India's inclusive growth agenda. Inspirational stories of women entrepreneurs, scientists, and leaders are emerging from every corner of the country, showcasing the limitless potential of its people. As India takes its place on the global stage, it is not just a participant but a leader, guiding other developing nations towards a brighter, more sustainable future. The Indian flag waves proudly, symbolizing a nation that is ready to lead by example and inspire the world. India's journey from a nascent democracy grappling with poverty and underdevelopment to a rising global power is an inspiring testament to the transformative power of human aspiration and endeavor. As we have explored throughout this essay, India's development narrative is multifaceted, encompassing remarkable economic growth, technological advancements, social progress, and a growing global presence. The world watches with keen interest as India carves its own path, offering a unique model for developing nations striving to balance economic growth with social equity and environmental sustainability. While India's achievements are undeniable, it is crucial to acknowledge that the journey ahead is not without its challenges. Despite its remarkable economic growth, India continues to grapple with deep-seated issues of poverty, inequality, and social exclusion. Ensuring that the benefits of economic progress reach all segments of society, particularly the most marginalized and vulnerable, remains a paramount task for India's policymakers and leaders. As India stands at the cusp of a new era, its future is brimming with possibilities. The nation's youthful population, its entrepreneurial spirit, its embrace of innovation, and its democratic values provide a solid foundation for sustained progress. By leveraging its strengths, addressing its challenges, and remaining steadfast in its commitment to inclusive and sustainable development, India is poised to realize its full potential as a global leader and a beacon of hope for the world. The 21st century is often called the Asian century. A rising tide of economic dynamism and geopolitical power is transforming the region. At the heart of this shift are two nations with a rich and complex relationship, India and Singapore. Understanding their historical ties, political alignments, and economic connections is crucial. It provides a lens through which to grasp the evolving dynamics of the Asian century. India, with its vast size and population, is a rising giant. Its democratic traditions and growing economy make it a pivotal player on the global stage. Singapore, an island nation known for its efficiency and strategic location, stands as a beacon of economic success. It serves as a hub for trade, finance, and innovation in Southeast Asia. The interplay between these two nations goes far beyond simple bilateral relations. It reflects the broader trends shaping Asia and the world. As we delve into their shared history, political dialogues, and economic partnerships, we'll uncover the layers of this multifaceted relationship. By doing so, we can better anticipate the future trajectory of both nations and their impact on the Asian century.
The story of India and Singapore is woven from threads that stretch back centuries. Long before the arrival of European colonialism, maritime trade routes crisscrossed the Indian Ocean. These sea lanes carried not only goods, but also ideas and cultural influences. Indian merchants, scholars, and adventurers traveled to Southeast Asia, leaving their mark on the region's cultural tapestry. Singapore, strategically located at the crossroads of these ancient trade routes, emerged as a natural point of connection with India. The island's early history is intertwined with the rise of powerful empires in India, such as the Chola and Pallava dynasties. These empires exerted influence through trade and cultural exchange, leaving an enduring legacy in Southeast Asia. The arrival of European colonial powers in the 16th and 17th centuries reshaped the relationship between India and Singapore. The British East India Company established trading posts in India, gradually consolidating its control over the subcontinent. In 1819, Sir Stamford Raffles, a British official, recognized the strategic importance of Singapore. He established a trading post that would eventually become a crown colony.
While political and economic ties form the bedrock of the India-Singapore relationship, a vibrant cultural connection adds depth and dynamism. This human dimension is woven through the shared history and contemporary interactions of these two nations. It's visible in the bustling streets of Singapore, where the aroma of Indian spices fills the air and vibrant festivals like Diwali light up the night. Singapore is home to a significant Indian diaspora, a vibrant community that has played a pivotal role in the nation's development. This community, with its deep-rooted cultural traditions and entrepreneurial spirit, forms a living bridge between India and Singapore. Through their businesses, cultural organizations, and everyday lives, they keep the connection alive and evolving. Beyond the physical presence of the diaspora, cultural exchange flows in both directions. Indian cinema, music, and dance enjoy immense popularity in Singapore. Bollywood films, in particular, have found a devoted following, further strengthening the cultural links. This cross-pollination of artistic expression deepens mutual understanding and appreciation.
The arrival of European colonialism in Asia irrevocably altered the trajectory of both India and Singapore. For centuries, these regions thrived on trade, cultural exchange, and shared histories. The British East India Company ushered in an era of exploitation and control. India became the crown jewel of the British Empire. The company expanded its influence, assuming political and administrative control. Economic exploitation and suppression of local industries marked their rule. Singapore, at the Malay Peninsula's tip, attracted British attention. Sir Stamford Raffles established a British settlement in Singapore in 1819. Singapore transformed into a bustling entrepot under British rule. India and Singapore shared common colonial experiences. Both experienced foreign rule, resource exploitation, and cultural suppression. These shared experiences fostered solidarity and understanding in post-colonial development. Section 2. The Independence Movements, Parallel Journeys. The 20th century saw powerful independence movements across Asia as nations sought freedom from colonialism. India and Singapore, though distant, embarked on parallel journeys towards self-determination. India's struggle was marked by peaceful protests and civil disobedience. Leaders like Gandhi and Nehru inspired millions. The Indian National Congress led the movement for self-rule. Singapore's path was significant, shaped by One Tu and leaders like Lee Kuan Yew. Post One Tu, Singapore sought self-governance. Lee Kuan Yew led Singapore to self-governance in 1959. In 1965, Singapore became a fully independent republic.
Section 3. Post-colonial partnerships, forging new ties. The post-colonial era presented both India and Singapore with unique challenges and opportunities. Emerging from the shadows of empire, both nations sought to establish their place on the world stage. Despite differences, India and Singapore recognized the importance of cooperation and mutual support. India, under Nehru, adopted non-alignment, seeking its own path in the Cold War. Nehru envisioned India as a leading voice for developing nations. Singapore, under Lee Kuan Yew, focused on economic development and regional stability. Lee Kuan Yew prioritized rapid industrialization and a strong defense posture. He played a key role in forming ASEAN in 1967. India and Singapore found common ground in economic development and regional stability. They established formal diplomatic relations in 1965, shortly after Singapore's independence.
Section 4. The Rise of Asia, Shared Aspirations, Common Challenges. The late 20th and early 21st centuries witnessed a seismic shift in the global balance of power, with Asia emerging as a center of economic dynamism and geopolitical influence. India and Singapore, once colonies struggling for independence, found themselves at the forefront of this Asian resurgence, their destinies intertwined with the region's extraordinary rise. India's economic liberalization in the 1990s unleashed a wave of growth, transforming the nation into a global economic powerhouse. Singapore, already a regional economic hub, leveraged its strategic location, skilled workforce, and business-friendly environment to attract foreign investment and become a global leader in trade, finance, and innovation. The rise of China as an economic and military power presented both opportunities and challenges for India and Singapore. Both nations recognized the importance of engaging with China constructively, seeking to benefit from its economic growth while also managing potential strategic competition. India and Singapore also deepened their defense and security cooperation, recognizing the need to maintain a stable regional balance of power.
Shared democratic values, a foundation for cooperation. India and Singapore stand as beacons of democracy in Asia, their political systems founded on representative government, the rule of law, and respect for individual rights. This shared commitment to democratic values forms a bedrock of trust and understanding. Strategic alignment, navigating a multipolar world. The 21st century is marked by the rise of a multipolar world, with power shifting towards a more dynamic global order. India and Singapore adopt pragmatic foreign policies, fostering cooperation while safeguarding their interests. India emerges as a leading power in the Indo-Pacific, deepening ties with Southeast Asia. Singapore plays an outsized role in regional and global affairs, leveraging its strategic location and economic prowess. Both nations advocate for dialogue, diplomacy, and peaceful resolution of disputes. Defense and security cooperation, ensuring regional stability. The Indo-Pacific region faces a complex and evolving security environment, with traditional and non-traditional threats ranging from maritime disputes and terrorism to cyber attacks and climate change. India and Singapore, recognizing the interconnected nature of these challenges, have deepened their defense and security cooperation in recent years. Bilateral defense ties have expanded significantly, with regular high-level exchanges, joint military exercises, and cooperation in areas like maritime security, counterterrorism, and cybersecurity. The signing of a defense cooperation agreement in 2005 provided a framework for closer collaboration. Singapore, with its advanced military capabilities and strategic location, plays a vital role in supporting regional maritime security. Its Changi Naval Base provides logistical support to foreign navies, including those of India and the United States, contributing to freedom of navigation and the maintenance of a stable maritime order. India, with its growing naval power and strategic interests in the Indian Ocean, seeks to play a more active role in safeguarding maritime security in the region. Its cooperation with Singapore, a key maritime hub, is seen as crucial in this regard. Section 4. Multilateral engagement, shaping the global agenda. India and Singapore are active participants in multilateral forums, recognizing that global challenges require collective action and shared solutions. They work together in organizations like the United Nations, the World Trade Organization, and the G20 to promote sustainable development, address climate change, and strengthen the rules-based international order. Both nations are strong proponents of multilateralism, believing that global challenges can be best addressed through dialogue, cooperation, and the rule of law. They have consistently advocated for a reformed and more representative United Nations Security Council, reflecting the changing realities of the 21st century. India and Singapore also play active roles in regional organizations like the Indian Ocean Rim Association, IORA, and the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multisectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, BIMSTEC, promoting economic integration and regional cooperation. Their shared commitment to multilateralism extends to areas like climate change, where both nations have pledged to reduce their carbon emissions and transition to cleaner sources of energy. They are active participants in international climate negotiations and have taken concrete steps to address the impacts of climate change within their own borders.
Section 1. Engines of Growth, Trade and Investment. The economic relationship between India and Singapore is driven by trade and investment, leveraging complementary strengths. Singapore serves as a gateway for Indian businesses, while India offers vast opportunities for Singaporean companies. Bilateral trade has grown steadily, encompassing a wide range of goods and services. The CECA, signed in 2005, has boosted trade ties, reducing tariffs and promoting economic integration. Investment flows have surged, reflecting growing confidence in each other's economic prospects. Singapore is a major investor in India, spanning sectors like infrastructure, manufacturing and services. Indian companies are increasing their presence in Singapore, attracted by its stable environment and access to global markets. This dynamic exchange has created jobs, spurred innovation, and contributed to economic prosperity. As India and Singapore deepen their economic integration, their trade and investment ties are poised for greater growth. Section 2. Knowledge Partners, Innovation and Technology. India and Singapore are forging a dynamic partnership in innovation and technology, recognizing the transformative potential of these sectors. Both nations are home to vibrant startup ecosystems, world-class research institutions, and a skilled workforce, creating fertile ground for collaboration in fields like artificial intelligence, fintech, and biotechnology. Section 3. Financial Hub, Gateway to India-Singapore's strategic role. Singapore's position as a global financial hub and its close proximity to India have made it a natural gateway for Indian businesses seeking access to international capital markets. The city-state's robust financial system and deep pool of financial expertise have made it a preferred destination for Indian companies looking to raise funds and expand their global footprint. Section 4. Towards a Digital Future, Collaboration in the Fourth Industrial Revolution. As the world enters the Fourth Industrial Revolution, India and Singapore are well positioned to leverage their strengths and forge a collaborative path towards a digital future. Both nations recognize the transformative potential of technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, and IoT in driving economic growth and addressing global challenges.
Section 1. Contrasting trajectories, city-state versus subcontinent. Comparing India and Singapore is like juxtaposing a vibrant tapestry with an intricately crafted miniature, highlighting the diversity of development paths within Asia.
Section 2. Governance Models, Efficiency versus Inclusivity. The political systems of India and Singapore, while both rooted in democratic principles, reflect contrasting approaches to governance, balancing individual liberties with the need for order and efficiency. Section 3. Global Footprints, Niche Player versus Emerging Power. On the global stage, India and Singapore project distinct yet increasingly influential profiles, leveraging their respective strengths to shape the global order. Section 4. Development Paradigms, Lessons and Inspirations. The development journeys of India and Singapore offer valuable lessons for other nations, highlighting the importance of democratic institutions, social inclusion, and strategic planning. India's experience underscores the resilience of democracy, while Singapore's success highlights the transformative potential of good governance and innovation.
Balancing act navigating regional rivalries. While India and Singapore enjoy a robust relationship, navigating regional geopolitics requires a delicate balancing act. The rise of China as a dominant power in Asia has introduced strategic uncertainty, requiring both nations to carefully calibrate their engagements to maintain regional stability. Section 2. Economic friction points, competition and protectionism. The robust economic relationship between India and Singapore has occasional friction points over trade practices and market access. Continued dialogue and engagement through bilateral and multilateral mechanisms will be crucial in managing these economic friction points. Section 3. Diaspora politics, a delicate bridge. The presence of a significant Indian diaspora in Singapore serves as a vibrant bridge between the two nations, but occasionally becomes entangled in diaspora politics. Managing these sensitivities requires open dialogue, cultural sensitivity, and a recognition of the multifaceted identities of diaspora communities.
Section 1. A partnership for the Asian century and beyond. The India-Singapore relationship stands as a testament to the enduring power of shared history, mutual respect, and a common vision for the future. From their ancient maritime connections to their modern-day partnerships in trade, technology, and diplomacy, these two nations have consistently found ways to leverage their complementary strengths and navigate the complexities of a rapidly changing world. As we look ahead, the India-Singapore partnership is poised to play an even more significant role in shaping the destiny of the Asian century. India's emergence as a global power, coupled with Singapore's continued success as a regional hub, creates a formidable synergy with the potential to drive innovation, promote economic growth, and enhance regional stability. The challenges facing both nations, from geopolitical uncertainties and economic headwinds to climate change and technological disruption, are significant. Yet, the India-Singapore partnership offers a beacon of hope, demonstrating that even amidst complex global challenges, collaboration, dialogue, and a shared commitment to progress can pave the way for a more prosperous and secure future. Section 2. Charting a course through shared challenges and opportunities. The years ahead will undoubtedly test the resilience of the India-Singapore relationship. Navigating the complexities of great power competition, managing economic friction points, and addressing the sensitivities of diaspora politics will require deft diplomacy, open communication, and a willingness to compromise. However, the potential rewards of a strong and vibrant India-Singapore partnership are immense. By deepening their collaboration in areas like trade, technology, and defense, both nations can enhance their economic competitiveness, strengthen regional security, and amplify their voices on the global stage. India's vast market and growing technological prowess, combined with Singapore's strategic location, financial expertise, and innovative spirit, create a potent combination with the potential to drive global progress in areas like sustainable development, digitalization, and climate action. The India-Singapore relationship, rooted in shared values, mutual respect, and a common vision for the future, is well positioned to navigate the challenges and seize the opportunities of the Asian century. By working together, both nations can contribute to building a more prosperous, secure, and sustainable future for their people and the world.